18 plus rating is one that rarely is given to a movie in France. However, there was a certain movie that in 2008 almost got that rating for the first time in history of French cinema, and that movie is Martyrs, directed by Pascal Laugier. After asking the French Commission of Classification to reconsider, Martyrs managed to secure a 16 plus rating. Still, it was a close call, and well, when you watch the movie, you realize why it got such reactions from everyone. And to this day, Martyrs is known for its extreme violence, having a lot of graphic, bloody scenes that can be heavy on some sensitive people. Although Martyrs is not a masterpiece, it is a movie absolutely worth watching for some of its polarizing moments, interesting concept and idea, and some brilliantly directed scenes. And in this video, I want to take a look at and talk about one of those brilliantly directed scenes. This video is going to contain spoilers for obvious reasons, so if you haven't seen Martyrs, well, watch it. If you're not sensitive, of course. The movie starts with an introduction to our two leads in a flashback form, and then we get the title card. The scene I will be talking about is the one that occurs right after the title card. It takes place 15 years after the events of the flashbacks, and the scene starts with a POV shot from the perspective of someone who's chasing down a supposedly innocent girl. And at first, the viewer is deceived into thinking that this is actually a threatening situation, only for us to later find out that it was just two siblings messing around. In this moment, we start getting introduced to the other members of the family, like the dad and the mom. And this scene tells us that this is a normal family on a Sunday morning having a banter over breakfast. This is not a very long scene, but it is long enough for us to get a bit invested in this family and even come to a conclusion that this family is most likely going to play a substantial role in the story. And just when we get comfortable with this family, a doorbell rings, and the scene that it leads to caught me completely off guard. It startled me. The father opens the door and immediately gets shot from a shotgun. I love how this entire sequence was set up. These few minutes get us a peek into this supposedly perfectly normal family's life, and just when we start getting invested in them and feel at ease while watching, it leads to that brutal murder scene, and I absolutely love that there were no signs of impending danger in that moment. The tone of the film stays exactly the same when the doorbell rings. No thriller music to shift the tone, and no weird cinematography choices like a close-up to prepare the audience for what's to come. So when the father opens the door and one of our leads, Lucy, comes through the door and murders the entire family, including the children, it leaves you completely shaken. If this were a typical thriller or horror, there would definitely be a soundtrack to change the tone and give the audience a sign. But in this movie, even after Lucy enters the house, there is no added soundtrack to accompany this brutal moment. It is so brilliantly done that there is no way you won't feel distraught watching it all happen. Pascal Laugier could have chosen to just continue the movie from the perspective of our leads, or just show this family for a minute and not get the audience invested in them. But he chooses to put the audience in that family's kitchen, make us feel at ease with them, and then he completely shocks us with the insane tone shift. We do find out that this family's parents are far from innocent though, and according to Lucy, were responsible for her childhood tortures. But the fact that she's even able to kill the children without too much hesitation lets us know just how much of a damaged person she is. We are dealing with a person with such a tortured soul that she kills the family's children who do not carry any responsibility for their parents' actions. But it doesn't matter to Lucy. She is haunted by this monster-like being who is actually a woman who was also being tortured, and when Lucy managed to run away from that place as a child, she did not save that lady from her capturers as well, and now she carries that weight, constantly hurting herself and not being able to do anything for that monster to go away, not even killing the family. Nothing can help her ease that pain. One last thing that the sequence sets up is the tone for the rest of the film. The opening scene of the movie is technically the one that occurs before the title card. However, those are flashback scenes, and the story of this movie begins with that sequence with the family. And this sequence perfectly sets up the chaotic mood for the rest of the movie. The shocking family murder scene screams at you that prepare yourself. Far more brutal scenes are going to occur, and it definitely sticks to that promise. Martyrs has a very heavy atmosphere with tortured two leads who have gone through hell together. There is constant yelling and crying in this movie, and that tone is set up right when that first bullet is fired from Lucy's shotgun. In just approximately 6 minutes, this movie manages to deceive the audience with introducing a family to only immediately murder them, which doesn't just give us a shocking moment, but it also introduces us to our lead character and sets up the tone and the mood for the rest of the film. A good director can accomplish a lot with a good simple scene, and Pascal Laugier hit the jackpot with this incredible scene, which is one of the scenes that always comes to mind when thinking about Martyrs. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on Martyrs. I'm curious. And also links for both of my social media accounts, Twitter and Instagram, in the description below, so check them out. And if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you don't want to miss my other movie and TV show related videos, subscribe to this channel. Bye.